This is Saurabh here. All right. Yeah, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Milaap. That was pretty complicated stuff of the hedge fund. I'm going to ask you a very simple question. How many of you guys have actually made any kind of donations in the last 6 months? Raise your hands. Wow, very good. So you guys need to listen very carefully because I'm going to tell you how that money can actually come back to you and still do good, right? So we've all our own good and own charity, right, which is a couple of dollars to hundreds and thousands of dollars. To give you an idea of how big the market is, US, which is the largest economy, actually gave away $250 billion in charity, and this is individual giving, individuals giving. Right? If you look at the more developing nations, India actually gives around $6 billion in charity every year, and this is accounted money. It does not include all the black money and the cash which goes into the temples and other stuff, right? So this is great because charity actually helps to cater for basic needs. But the issue is around 15% of the money gets lost in translation. That means it gets leaked to administrative and management expenses. And of the remaining 85%, there's low accountability in terms of how exactly that money is being used, how efficiently it is being used. And of course, we all know that it's a one-way street in the sense it's a one-way flow of money. It never comes back to you, right? So what is the other option, right? There's micro-lending. It's great because it actually supposedly helps to generate income. And it's also sustainable because it teaches a man to fish and rather than giving a fish and all that. But the issue is it has very, very high interest rates, and because of which microfinance has till now been restricted only to things of informal trade and not getting into like real good things like basic needs. So what we have done at Milaap is kind of taken the best of these both worlds and created something which provides for basic needs like clean drinking water, employability. At the same time, it is sustainable because it is all given as a loan and not as a donation, as well as the interest rates which are lower than any existing microcredit available. And of course, 100% of the money reaches the end, guys. We don't want to take any cut out of your hard-earned money. And how we do it is by an online lending platform which is reinventing the way people give, where you can exactly see the profiles of the people whom you want to lend, what are their needs, and these needs are typically for either job guarantee, vocational training loans, or they are for more asset creation and enterprise development. And then we deploy this money through our on-ground partners, which are typically microfinance organizations, and we do an impact assessment as well as to how your money has created an impact as well. And then what happens? Over a period of time, month on month, the borrowers actually repay back all the entire money to you, and you can track every dollar online. You can see whom you gave how much and how much has been repaid back to you, right? So it's great because it's very accountable social impact, tracking every dollar, and at the same time, if you're doing it as from a charity point of view, the same dollar can be impacting 5 or 10 lives over a period of time, right? So what's our business model? Our business model is that we charge an interest on top of the money which we give out as loans, and this interest typically is 70% of the money gets reinvested into the system. This is, I mean, right now our numbers are close to 95%, but we are saying in long term 70% of the money will get reinvested. So the lifetime value of a lender is very, very high. It's close to infinite because we keep recycling. And of course, there are many additional revenues available at scale when we have a large lender base of people who are socially conscious and giving money for good, right? So where have we reached till now? $300,000 raised and deployed, no defaults till now, 100% repayment, which is a proof of of the model that it really works. We have a lot of partners, and I'll tell you what kind of partners these are slightly later. So why does one give to Milaap? You're probably getting tired by now, but what I want you to see is the last point, which is basically earning karma. We are all doing good for earning karma. But we don't need to wait to go to heaven to redeem that. You can redeem it on earth right here by good rewards being given to you. Why wait to go to heaven, right? So that's what the interesting aspect is. And that is why we want to change the way people give. We want to reinvent giving, right? So some of the people who are a bit more familiar with the landscape, you have heard of other micro-lending sites like Kiva. Now if you see, Milaap is actually the only website or the only organization which enables global capital to lend, to go to India. And this we have done by working with the Reserve Bank of India for over 1.5 years. It's very difficult. Most of the bankers probably already know of external commercial borrowings, which was opened up for microfinance recently, but other people have been struggling. We have been able to crack it, so we have a head start. But what do we do of the head start? How do we make sure that now that we have got it, we execute it very well? So what we do is we run creative fundraisers where people do it while they're running in the night, raising for light, or they're even climbing mountains. We do it by partner sites. So we are partnering with all other websites where e-commerce transactions are happening and enabling them to become our customers and make a small contribution, right? So this is the largest deal site in India. I don't want to name here, but basically as you buy a good deal, you can make a big deal for someone else as well, right? We are also doing what is called employee engagement through organizations through payroll lending, not payroll giving, but payroll lending. And you can, again, track everything online. It is for your organization, for your employees, and there's no paperwork involved. There's nothing involved. Everything is in the cloud. So I hope some of the banks here, organizations here can actually sign up with us later on. These are some of the partners, either as they have come on board as incubators or initial capital investment as well as seed funders. Yunus Social Business Fund gave us a large loan as well. These are some of our customers. These are basically our third-party point of sale guys, or they are retail guys who are working with us as well, right? We have had some good mention in the press as well. That's my co-founder. And now coming to the core team. So that's myself. And I have worked and sold on a startup before as well, and my co-founder Anuj. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. We are looking for strategic investors. We are looking especially people who can reduce our payment gateway fees, because we make a lot of monthly transfers through Swift, and Swift makes a lot of money through us. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.